get some draft champions. We'll go with him because he's got my defense.
Still a long way to go in this draft, but if you can lock up a few key positions here in the first few picks, it's a great luxury to have. Yeah, I think they got the best player there, and they got a guy that fills a big need, so that's an excellent choice.
Here, I think I gotta go with the wide receiver.
Boy, you talk about a friendly turn of the cards. This is a great round for these guys as they get themselves a dynamic player right here. One thing this team's going to need is some leaders, and they've got one right here.
Here, I think we should go with the strong safety so we don't get deep balled on.
So, with a handful of starters already nailed down, you have to ask yourself, I'm not sure that this selection is going to provide a huge punch, but he's at least a guy that does have some upside.
I'll make another, we'll do the tight end.
Could we see another New Orleans Saint come off the board here?
We'll take a right tackle.
And this team does have a lot of needs, but this guy is a legitimate star, and he'll make everyone around him better.
I think I gotta get the left end.
Still some big holes remaining to be filled. Here's where you may have to go after a lower-rated player just to make sure you get coverage in all areas. Now it's getting to the time of the draft where you really want to get lucky and hope somebody falls into your lap. Both offensive and defensive options here. They might have to ask themselves which side of the ball needs more attention. Whoever's making the final decision here might have a coordinator in each year. Do you go offense or defense? Still a few holes on this roster, and not a lot of time left to do anything about it. Definitely some options with this pick. Do you take a skill player here, or get yourself some help up front?
I think I gotta get
And I think that pick comes to the surprise of nobody. You had to figure they leaned that way if a player from that team became available.
Yeah, I get the outside linebacker. Only a 15-second wait. Okay. And then plus that loading screen though. That's gonna suck. Okay, or it's gonna lie to us. And be 18 seconds. That's mean.
Thank you very much, Larry Ridley. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. We are ready for this draft champions matchup as you get a quick peek at some of the stars in today's game. We're ready to go. Let's get down to kickoff. And it's the birth of a new club as we're underway in draft champions.
Yeah, bad kick.
And Charles, this is one of those inexcusable special teams penalties, an out-of-bounds kickoff.
Pressure, pressure, pressure. Sometimes errors occur because of situations.
Let's just start off with a
off on first down. They go with the screen. It's Yeldon. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, but sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or lead.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Mario Edwards in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
T.J. Yeldon, the one he was looking for. And that brings up fourth down. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And this will be taken at the 13. A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Again, it's Johnson. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. A couple of Chiefs there to bring him down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up the play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Back to throws. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tahir Whitehead with a big-time sack on third down. And it'll be a loss of 7. So on fourth down, the Panthers are called on Brad Nordman to punt it away. This is taken at the 18. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And it's Chiefs football. First and 10. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Andre Howell, the one to bring him down. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
And I'm glad I took him because he's the only running back that popped up.
So a 3rd and 8.
I just realized that.
Throwing on third. Goff. He's got some pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Telvin Smith in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And it's fielded at the 34. So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Jerry Rice, 26 yards. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And last year, that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year, he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. And now here comes Kansas City. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. On second down, here's Goff. No, he doesn't have it. Maybe some alligator arms there going over the middle. Third down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in. And the Panthers bring in their nickel set as they try to defend here on third down.
5 defensive backs. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Fielded just inside the 20. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. Might have been 1 man away from 6 points. As it stands, it's a huge return. And the Panthers will get it here as they take possession. They'll come out in the pistol. Again, we'll see the pistol here. A first down carry here for Johnson. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Stafford giving to his fullback, Burton. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And there's the pickup you want on first down. All offenses say, you get me 4 on first down, we'll take it. How about if you get 5? They'll really be happy.
Second down following the run. Another pistol look here. On second down, here's Stafford. Screen play, Johnson. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's third down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
And time for us to take a break here in the booth. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Well, partner, you might want to tear up your scouting reports a little bit here because they just built tendency. 3rd down, you don't ordinarily see a toss. They ran it, and they ran it really well and picked up a 1st down. I love the way the edges were sealed, which allowed him to get to the corner.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. David Johnson taking it in. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And out come the Chiefs now. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Give them 13 on the pickup there. Good enough for a Kansas City 1st down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Back to the air. Goff on 2nd down. Dancing to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Marshall, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
Again, Goff. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is taken at the 15. Shreds the tackle. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce.
And that's caught inside the 35. Now whistles come in.
He still has 100%. No, I ain't gonna play that game. Mate, no. Like, I ain't gonna play that. I'll do another one. Sorry, him.
Oh, a tough decision on their hands now. And this, early on, it's one you can't afford. Boy, you talk about a friendly turn of the cards. This is a great round for these guys as they get themselves a dynamic player right here. Excellent selection. Just what this team needs to maybe get him over the hump. Yeah, that's the kind of guy who can elevate that entire unit. He's a very talented addition.
Dude, you gotta get that corner back.
These middle rounds are where your decisions can really impact your team. Because if you pass on certain positions, there's no guarantee you're going to see him again. No surprise to see a few Denver Broncos in this draft. Here's a chance for the second one to come off the board. Where to now? Do you get yourself a big brute for the trenches or someone who can really help you out at the playmaking type spot? Where to now? Do you get yourself a big brute for the... Oh, this guy's a rare talent and a huge upgrade over what they had before.
Here I gotta get a wide receiver.
And with time running short, you've got to hope some guys fall into your lap, or you could be left with some real holes on your roster. And now, which side of the football will they address here? Some interesting options either way. A bit of a dilemma with this threesome. Which side of the ball do you turn your focus to here? Boy, it's finger crossing time now. With the end in sight and a few more holes to fill, you've got to be hoping that there's still a gem or two that becomes available. And now's where you need to make these last picks count. Time to fill any holes you can before it's too late. Boy, it's finger crossing time now. With the end in sight and a few more holes to fill, you've got to be hoping that there's still a gem or two that becomes available. Yeah, not too much analysis needed here. This is quite a get at this stage of the draft.
All right, Larry, thank you. It is indeed time for a draft champions matchup and what is set to be a great draft champions matchup. In the booth, I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis, and these guys should have a huge impact on the outcome of this game. They're ready to roll. We're ready to roll. Let's roll.
Actually, kickoff. Yeah.
Bitter rivals going back to their AFL days in the 1960s. The Chiefs and Raiders are underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a...
So we're going to leave here. Leave that. about to add him real quick. Is apparently I don't have him. Cool. Monkey. Shoot, my bad. Yo, it says you're not online. Like I'm trying to invite you and your name doesn't even pop up on my friends list. But it says we're friends. Alright. Did you ever accept my... Yeah, did you ever accept my friend request? Here, I'm about to do something. Oh shoot. We'll do this. And then I'll send you another friend request. Yeah, I'm gonna send you another friend request. Did you get that? And I'm also going to invite you into a party and see if that's easier. Did you get the party invite? Alright. Go check your blocked friends.